Hello, it is me, your friendly neighborhood astrology coach, and thank you for joining me for another video. This is a video on a celebrity, as you can see. I love doing celebrity videos. In fact, it is a lot how I learn more in proving the astrology that I look at. So I had wanted to do Taylor Swift's solar return chart, being, everything that's been going on in her life, her wedding. So I wanted to bring up that chart and possibly look at her 26-27 solar return chart. And in my search for that, I came across that there is no real birth time that I could find for Taylor Swift. However, there is this big debate. We know that her birthday is December 13th, 1989, and she was born in West Reading, Pennsylvania. However, the times are different, making the charts look different. So some astrologers do believe that she was born at 5:17 a.m. and other astrologers believe she was born at 8:36 a.m. So, friends, I'm going to show you the evidence today, and maybe you can help me decide which chart should I go with when I do my next video on her solar return and what's to come. So again, use this as a learning video. I will show you how I look at a natal chart and what I pull from a natal chart. And you can do that with your own chart. I know that I have linked videos in my note section. If you would like to find a way to access your own natal chart for free, I always say bring it up, pull it up when I'm doing a reading so you can compare your chart with the charts that I'm doing and see if you have any similarities. So we are going to get to it. And at this point, I will say, will the real Taylor Swift please come forward? And we are going to look at both of these charts. And let me tell you, as I did these charts, I thoroughly believed when I did that first chart, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Taylor Swift's chart. It has to be. And then I went and I dug deep into the second chart, and now I'm thinking it's the second chart. So, friends, you're going to follow along with me. Let me know which chart you think belongs to the real Taylor Swift. And how cool would it be if she actually saw this video and commented and gave me the answer? Taylor Swift, yes, I would do a free reading for you. Let me know when you want that. I'm pretty sure you probably have an astrologer, but hey, take a chance on me. I'm just a little old astrologer trying to make her way in the world. So let's dig into this chart. Okay, the first chart on the left, we're going to look at Scorpio rising. All right, I popped up this little annotation. We will see if this will work for me because I've not used it before. But we are looking at where her ascendant is, and that is in the first house of Scorpio. And this is interesting. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. It is the ruler of the first house. So typically people with a Scorpio rising or Mars in the first house, they can tend to be athletic warrior like build. And I do see Taylor Swift as kind of being this Athena, right? If you've ever been to her concert, she owns that stage like a warrior princess. All right. She also has Pluto there in the first house. Pluto signifies major transformation with your image. Okay. This is Pluto right here at 16 degrees. Now I've got this bar in my way. Let's move it. Okay. And we also have the ascendant, which is very closely conjuncting Mars. That's at 25 degrees and 26 degrees. So this is a high energy, high voltage person. If you have this in your chart, it signifies an intense, magnetic, fiercely private persona. And when we think of Taylor Swift, like she is out there in the public, but she also is a very private, authentic person. This can also signify power, intimidation, and project a strong barrier. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure Taylor Swift is intimidating. Maybe she is. I'm sure, I've seen videos with her husband when he first met her. He was intimidated by her, but really wanted to meet her. So that's another characteristic. Also, an unshakable will. You want something, you pursue it with a strategic, quiet obsession. And I do see that of Taylor Swift. Now, also with Pluto here, it really is a Phoenix rising archetype. If you know anything about Phoenix rising, someone that crumbles, falls to the ashes, and rises again. And I feel like Taylor Swift does that with every album. And she really did shift her persona, right? She started out as this 15-year-old country singer and then realized she wanted to get into pop and she started trying other genres. So that is very significant to this Pluto placement. Okay, let's move on to her second house. Second house is ruled by Sagittarius and she has her sun there. So sun in the second house can signify an expansion of money and a wise person. And another thing that stood out to me, her 10th house is Leo. And I know she doesn't have anything in the 10th house, but Leo is ruled by the sun, which is why I go from the sun to Leo. And if you know anything about the 10th house, you know that it has to do with your profession, your status, your public standing. And with that being ruled by the sun is in the second house, which is the house of money. So this tells me that her career would be very fruitful, not having problems bringing money in with her career. And then she's got this third house stellium, and a stellium is when you have multiple signs in one place. So we've got a lot going on in the third house, which is the house of communication, the house of media. So this makes sense here too. So this third house stellium, it is Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. All right. And oh, look, I'm just writing all over. So this is Saturn right here. Saturn is very happy in the house of Capricorn because it's in his home base. So that will signify some strong communication, strong writing abilities. And then, wow, you've got Mercury there, which brings about a sharp mind. Saturn brings the discipline and structure, patience. You've got Uranus there, which is originality and innovation. And a lot of people think her songs are very original and innovating. And then, gosh, people, she's got Neptune right there in her third house. And Neptune is all about imagination and symbolism. And if you've ever dug deep into Taylor Swift videos, she's put a lot of symbolism and hidden things in there, which are very Scorpio-like. Okay, Scorpio is like you think of a top secret detective, like oh my gosh, I'm thinking of like a female warrior that is like a bounty hunter or goes out and saves the world. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this chart here. And then she's got this trine to her MC, which is very unusual. The MC typically is in the 10th house. This chart has it in the 11th house, which means it supports the reputation and the career. And her career advances because of the communication in the third house. You can't make this stuff up, people. It's just, it all falls into place. And then she has this opposition to Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer and brings a strong energy of abundance. Okay, Cancer is all about feelings, and she can really gain popularity from building up groups. So you see that connection here, all right, from here to the MC. Okay, pretty interesting stuff. In her 7th house, I did want to check that out. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, Ooh, seventh house here is Taurus. She has Taurus in her seventh house. Taurus in her seventh house, she doesn't have any signs, but it is ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Aquarius in the fourth house. So this tells me that she has the ability to really build a nice, loving, nurturing relationship because Venus is going to be, helping her make that happen. And when I think of Taurus, right? Taurus, the bull, like how perfect is this? Football player, bull, okay, you're knocking people down. Kind of interesting there. All right. That's why it's so interesting to look at this chart. Let's move along to the second chart because I told you this one, when I'm going through, you're going to say, yep, this is Taylor Swift. Now, let me knock your socks off with the next chart. Okay. So this is the 8:36 a.m. chart. And many astrologers think this is the correct chart because this is a Capricorn rising chart. And Taylor Swift is um, very disciplined, right? And a Capricorn rising is ruled by Saturn, which means you are regimented and a very disciplined person. And we have Saturn in its glory in the first house with another stellium. So we have this stellium here of Uranus, which brings innovation. She's a very innovative person. Again, we've got Mercury, brings the communicator, the sharp mind. We've got Neptune that brings the dreamy qualities, and Saturn, very organized. So when we put these planets together, that creates the personality of this person. So would we say that Taylor Swift is innovative? She's a communicator, a dreamer, and organized. Yes, we could definitely stand behind that. And then we have this ascendant, which is conjoined by Mercury. Let me see if I can draw this in for you. It doesn't go out of control. So we've got the ascendant joined by Mercury in opposition over here to Cancer. Okay, so this tells us that the mind is central to the person's identity. So this person is intelligent, youthful, curious, and articulate. And this person may appear reserved at first, and then it is in opposition to Jupiter, which is retrograde, but it is a very strong placement because Jupiter is exalted in the seventh house of Cancer. So what this opposition means is that there could be growth through collaborations, through relationships. The retrograde means more that the growth is internal and you can attract wise, generous, nurturing partners. You also may have high expectations for your relationships, which I do think Taylor Swift does, and that's why it took her so long to find the right person because she had these high expectations. Another interesting thing in this second chart is that Uranus sextiling the MC. So, okay, over here is Uranus, and we are sextiling the MC, which again is in the 11th house, which is unusual for a lot of natal charts. So this offers originality, social reform. It offers new ways of thinking. And typically you won't see a traditional career path. Yet this alignment builds influence by developing a loyal audience, attracting followers who appreciate originality. Then we have the MC here trining the moon on this side. Let me draw that in. See, so you've got the MC trining the moon and Jupiter. This makes the person a trustworthy person. So people trust her. Public image, the public image of this person is authentic. And the career benefits from having empathy and being able to connect to your followers. and having that emotional awareness. And Taylor is very good at connecting to her followers and her audience and being able to hook them in. We also have this Jupiter trining the MC. All right, that's the line that I just did. And this means that there are opportunities through reputation and mentors opening doors. We know that happened to Taylor Swift when she was younger, when she got into country. She got in with some big names like Tim McGraw, who helped her grow. And that gave her the ability to inspire others, and it brought upon her own popularity and goodwill. So she has recognition through social media and online platforms, and that is a transit that could bring that on. And it's just a very good transit for building a respected public reputation. So my friends, these are the two charts. So anyone born around this time, wow. Let me know if you have a similar chart to Taylor Swift, but both of these charts are exquisite. They are both very promising. So my audience, which do you think it is? The first chart or the second chart? All right, for my next video, I would like to dive deep into her solar return chart and see what is in store, because who doesn't love Taylor Swift? She's like America's sweetheart. And I think the people that don't, I don't know, what is it you don't like about her? Is it that she's too popular and you don't understand her following? Listen, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I do respect her and I do admire her. I have been to her concert. I was one of the people that listened to Taylor Swift when she was still in the country realm. But she does have some good songs out now, and I did buy her recent album. So let me know what you think about this video. Please give me a like and a subscribe. It will help me grow, as I am just a new person trying to get up and running. This is not my day job. This is my passion. And I love sharing my passion for astrology. Where's my background from, you ask? So I have taken courses with Lori Lothian. She does lunatic astrology. I've taken years 1 and 2 from Adam Ellenboss at Nightlight Astrology. And I have also taken courses from Ren Butler, who does a lot on archetypal astrology. So astrology is the rabbit hole that you could get sucked into. I've been studying for probably 6 years, and I still feel like there is a lot I don't know, and I uncover more and more every day, and I learn more just by looking at charts and digging deeper into them. So please give me a comment, even if it's just to tell me where you're from. Give me a like. It doesn't take much to do that. I would really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again here sometime. All right, take care, everybody.